Viewers, let's watch this video. Let's watch it.
Powerful. Now, some people don't like when I say teaching good. Did I tell you the story of the professor? He may be watching right now. Teaching good. That's right. He's supposed to be a professor. He's supposed to know when he's teaching good. He's not an illiterate. I don't know why he has a problem. Maybe he's jealous, If you come and lay hands on you, teach like me, don't be jealous. Let's go back. So, even the history of scripture was biased. Okay, you didn't find so many things. The focus was picking out in history where Christ came from. So the activity that had a divine approval in scripture was the preaching of Jesus Christ. The history of the Messiah was fundamental. The history of the Messiah was key. So in Romans the 16th chapter, let's look at how did the apostles of the Lamb, the apostles who learned directly under Jesus, the apostles who were with Jesus and who had the responsibility of handing down to us what Jesus himself gave to us, beginning at Moses. Let's see how these apostles handled the Old Testament. Romans the 16th chapter, the 25th verse. PJ, Romans 16:25.
Now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel and the preaching of Jesus Christ, according to the revelation of the mystery which was kept secret since the world began.
According to the revelation of the mystery, the word there is the word apocalypsis. Apocalypsis, which is to unveil or to uncover. The word revelation is the word apocalypsis, to unveil or to cover. Two words. The word apo, which means away or from. Away or from apo. Then kalupto. Kalupto, K-A-L-U-P-T-O. Kalupto, to conceal. Which means that within the books of the Old Testament, Christ is revealed. Apocalypsis. Away from the conceal. That is, you take the concealing away from. When you take the concealing away, it becomes revealed. So apocalypsis means within Genesis to Malachi, Christ is revealed. Then it says of the mystery. The word mysterion in the Greek, mysterion, it means to be explained. It means to be taught. It means to be spoken of. The word mysterion, it means to be explained, to be taught, or to be spoken of. So what therefore seems to hide Christ in the Old Testament, please pay attention, what therefore seems to hide Christ in the Old Testament are the stories. There are so many stories in the Old Testament that if you are not disciplined to maintain a focus, you will be lost in the stories. And when you are lost in the stories, you won't find Christ. So instead of Christ, you will begin to talk about wars. Instead of Christ, you will begin to talk about killings. Instead of Christ, you will begin to talk about suffer not the witch to live, because you got carried away by the stories that you miss the substance. You miss the message. So what seems to hide Christ in the Old Testament are the stories about others, the other events, the other occurrences in scripture. So it's as though what is of uttermost importance is in the midst of many other instances. What is of uttermost importance is sandwiched in the midst of so many other instances that you have to know what you're looking for and have the discipline to stay with what you're looking for. If you lack the discipline and you don't know what you're looking for, you will be lost in the stories and it will look like Christ is hidden. Please pay attention. So therefore, what concealed Christ was not God. What concealed Christ in the Old Testament was not God. What concealed Christ was man's activities. What concealed Christ was man's activities, man's discoveries, man's thought pattern, man's pursuit. What concealed Christ was man's activities, man's discoveries, man's thought pattern, man's pursuit. That's what concealed Christ. It's not God who concealed Christ. Now there's a figure of speech that says, which God hid. Which God hid. That's a figure of speech. The hiding is relative to man's understanding. So again, the word mysterion is from the word mo, M-O-E-O, mo. You find the word moiu used just once in Philippians chapter 4 verse 12. Philippians chapter 4 verse number 12, PJ.
I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound, everywhere and in all things. I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need.
I have learned. So the word mo means to learn. So when you have the word mysterion, it means what should be learned, what should be taught, what should be explained, what should be learned, what should be taught, what should be explained. That's the meaning of the word mystery. Mystery means what requires explanation, what ought to be learned, what ought to be taught. A mystery must be explained. A mystery must be taught. A mystery must be learned. So he now says, mystery which was kept secret. The word secret there is a relative word. So let's look at it. The word secret there is not the same as mysterion. It's just an explanation. The word secret there is the word silence. The word sigao in the Greek, which was kept secret or which was kept silent since the world began. Which was kept silent since the world began. Let's see where it is used, because I want you to notice that word and how it was used. Luke the 9th chapter, the 36th verse. Luke the 9th chapter, the 36th verse, PJ.
And when the voice was past, Jesus was found alone, and they kept it close, and told no man in those days any of those things which they had seen.
And they kept it close. So they told no man. It's not like they didn't tell anybody. They that were not telling anybody already knew. So they told no man there is relative to those who did not know. So which means sigao is not that nobody knows. Sigao means it's kept secret, but there are people that know, but the information is kept from other people. That's the meaning of the word sigao. They told no man. Look at Luke 18:39. Luke chapter 18 verse 39.
And they which went before rebuked him that he should hold his peace. But he cried so much the more, Thou Son of David, have mercy on me.
They which went before rebuked him to keep quiet. So even if he keeps quiet, it is others that will not hear what he's saying, but those rebuking him have already heard. That's the word sigao.